Welcome to this edition of Pattern Spotlight. Today we will be reviewing Simplicity's S9552, and be sure to stick around throughout the video because I will be showcasing images of what the suggested fabrics could possibly look like for this particular garment, and you don't want to miss that. It will help you tremendously with choosing your fabric for this project. If you already know how to do my sew-alongs and videos, and if you'll be kind enough to watch at least one ad, should it appear, which enables me to keep bringing you free content, feel free to skip ahead to go straight to the pattern spotlight. Skip ahead to the 3-minute 45-second mark. Here's a little bit about how I do my Sew With Me sew-alongs. Techniques, I'm going to put it on the website, and I will reference it in the sew-along itself. So, for example, we're working on a pair of pants that has a fly front. So when we get to that portion in the sew-along, I'll do a little bit of it, in instructions in the sew-along itself, but then I'm going to refer you over to the website to go ahead and look at that video, that particular video, look it over, study it, do your own sample if you want, because I'm big on that technique binder. So go ahead and and do that, and then once you get a good hang of what that technique is, then come back onto the sew along itself and do that particular technique with the sew along. So that way we both kind of benefit. You still get the instruction of the actual sew along, step by step of how to do a particular thing. But it's less editing on my part because, like I said, I'll mention it in the sew along itself, but then I'll refer you over to the website to actually find that particular technique, and go ahead, review it, look at it. And then once you master it or enough to where even you sew along, at the same time and install it in that particular sew along that you're doing at that time. So hopefully that will be okay for you, because I think I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone for watching my videos. I love to upload the videos. I love to share my knowledge. And I'm pretty sure that you guys love to get free content. So in order for me to keep uploading free content, I just need you to do some simple things for me, some very simple things. The first thing is just to hit the subscribe button. So just make sure that you hit that. So you're subscribed to my channel. Hit the notification bell so when I upload a new video, you don't miss out and you get to see it. And then also, if there's an ad on my videos, they're typically anywhere from 10 seconds to maybe up to 2 minutes. Just go ahead and either watch it or do something else you want to do in those in that particular time that ad is running. So use the restroom, go get something to drink or something like that. Because that way, if you let that ad run, I benefit from YouTube, and that way I can still keep creating content and uploading it for free. Okay. Enough of that boring stuff. Back to the sew along. Please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Thanks again, and keep on watching. Okay, again, we are reviewing Simplicity's S9552. The garment type is a 2-piece set, is a top and a skirt. The sewing level is average. The description is a lined crop top. It has princess seams, a button front, straps, separating invisible back zipper. Wrap skirts have flounce variations, large side front pockets or patch pockets, and button closures. Okay, so moving on to the size range and body measurement range. For sizes 6 to 14, the bust is 30.5 inches to 36 inches, waist is 23 inches to 28 inches, and hips is 32.5 inches to 38 inches. For sizes 16 to 24, the bust is 38 inches to 46 inches, waist is 30 inches to 39 inches, and hips is 40 inches to 48 inches. Question number 1. I just discussed the size ranges based on the body measurements. Did I group the size ranges into one group or two groups? All right, let's go along and look at the line drawings, okay? So the garment elements of view A are princess seams, straps, buttons and buttonholes, invisible zipper, which is a separating. For view B, it's a front band or the waistband, patch pocket, and it looks like it's approximately knee length. For view C, it's the same as A, but just has a flounce hem. Now, all views, and this is great, the bodices have different size. You have different pattern pieces for a B cup, a C cup, and a D cup. Okay, let's go on to discuss your different fabric choices. Okay, so I just also want to mention that the links to the inspiration pics can be found in the description box. Okay, so the fabric suggestions are chambray, cotton blends, gingham, lightweight denim, linen blends, satins, for which we're going to substitute satin in there, sheer sucker, and stretch wovens. So looking at each one of those a little bit more in detail, chambray, that's a woven fabric. It looks like denim, just a lighter weight, and it's typically softer. Moving on to cotton blends. Obviously, it's a blend, but it should be all woven, okay? All woven fabrics or fibers. So it depends on what fiber it's matched with. Cotton may feel either on the crisper or stiffer side or can be softer. For example, if cotton is matched with poly, which is a man-made fiber, the garment can be on the stiffer side. Whereas if cotton is matched with rayon, which is another man-made fiber, the garment can be on the softer side with a drapier appearance. Common cotton fibers names are poplin, shirtons, twill, gauze, voile, gingham, lawn, chambray, canvas, chino, corduroy, broadcloth, crepe, flannel, fleece, French terry, gabardine, sateen, satin, sheer sucker, herringbone, heather, jacquard, and moleskin. So whenever you see a pattern that just plainly lists cottons, you can substitute, sorry guys, my dog, you can substitute any of those fabrics in there because those are all cottons. Moving on to gingham. That's a woven fabric. It's typically made from cotton. It has a checkered appearance and made up of two colors, typically including white. So it can be white and black, white and red, white and blue, white and purple. Okay. It's lightweight to medium weight and it's breathable. Moving on to denim. Denim is woven fabric. It comes in lightweight, medium weight, and heavyweight fabrics. Lightweights are usually made into shirts, dresses, and skirts, whereas medium weight to heavyweights and heavyweight fabrics are usually made into jeans and outerwear. It's typically breathable, but it can retain heat. Without spandex, lycra, or elastane, it has low to medium stretchability. Spandex and alike increases the stretch. Moving on to linen blends. It's a blend, but the blend should be all woven fabrics here. So it depends on what fibers match with linen. So it may feel either on the crisper, stiffer side or can be softer. For example, if poly is matched with linen, which is a natural fiber, the garment can be on the stiffer side. Whereas if rayon, which is a man-made fiber, is matched with linen, the garment can be on the softer side with a drapier appearance. The garment, due to being linen, is breathable, cool, moisture wicking. It may or may not wrinkle depending on the matched fiber. For instance, if it's matched with poly, it may not wrinkle as much, but if it's matched with rayon, it may wrinkle. Moving on to satin. So on the pattern envelope, it says sateen. It's hard to find sateen, but the characteristics of both sateen and satin are just alike. Okay, so this is satin. It's a smooth and soft fabric. It's lightweight to medium weight. It has a silky, glossy finish on one side with a matte, flat finish on the underside. It has a nice drape and it's durable. It's wrinkle resistant. It's not very breathable and cool though. Since it's soft and slippery, it can be difficult to sew. So the only difference between satin and the sateen basically is the satin is not very breathable versus the sateen has all the other characteristics, but it is breathable and it's cool. Okay. All right. Sheer sucker. That just sounds funny. But anyway, it's a woven fabric. So it's light, durable, and it's very breathable. The surface of the fabric has a wrinkled appearance with distinctive stripes. It is generally made from cotton, a cotton blend, nylon blend, or polyester blend. And lastly is our stretch wovens. So the stretch woven, this is a woven with a stretch, meaning it has to have some kind of elastic to it. So it has to have either spandex, lycra, or elastane in it, okay? And the spandex and the like, it gives it that recoverability, so that snapback type effect. The stretch provides extra and added comfort and movability to the garment. You basically treat it like a woven, like the woven fabric, the main woven fabric that it is. Except for the last one, stretch wovens, were all the fabrics that I listed woven fabrics or knit fabrics? Okay, so moving on to how the pattern makers intended the garment to fit. So basically it's silhouette. We're going to use a size 14, which is basically the mid-range, okay? So for a size 14 for the bust, it's a 36 for the body measurements. For the bust finish measurement, it's a 38, and I'm using a cup C, size C. The difference is 2 inches. So the silhouette that they intended was close fitting. The silhouette range is 0 inches to 2 7/8 inches. So at 2 inches, that's on the high end of the range. And for me, I would probably move it up to a semi-fitted silhouette, which is the range is 4 1/8 to 5 inches. And I'll probably use mine at 4 inches, which is on the low end of that range. The waist body measurement for size 14 is 28 inches. Finish measurement is 30 inches. The difference there is 2 inches. And that's usually, honestly, on the high end of what they usually put on the waist. All right. So moving on to hips. Hips for size 14 is 38 inches. For the finished measurement is 42.5 inches for a difference of 4.5 inches. The silhouette that they intended was a loose fitting silhouette, and the silhouette range is 4 1/8 to 6 inches, which is on the low end. And so, as always, what I tell you to do is take your tape measure and put it around those different measuring points, so your bust, waist, and hips. So starting at your bust, you will put it at your actual bust measurement, and you will move it out by 2 inches. And looking at the pattern envelope and looking at the bust on the picture there, and see if that 2 inches is right for you and what you feel comfortable with. If you make any adjustments, either up or down, make note of that, because that becomes your personal measurement for this particular garment and this particular silhouette. Okay, and you just repeat that process for the waist and the hips. All right, so let's go over the sewing techniques you'll need in order to complete this pattern. You need to know the basics, which are your straight stitch, your basting stitch, reverse stitch, sewing corners and curves, which includes notching and clipping, stay stitching, understitching, edge stitching, top stitching, and hemming. You'll also need to know how to do a lining, a bodice lining, princess seams, straight tapered darts, gathering, and a front band. Question 3, what are your initials? Remember to put all your answers together in the comments. If you made this pattern or intend to, or if you're going to follow along with me, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. Thanks again for watching, and happy sewing.